Welcome to Summer Talk 003. Today I want to talk about, is it good idea to have one person to make a decision in a company? To have one person making decision in one company. In many situations, we believe one person making a decision is a great idea. So why is that? First of all, I want to mention 3 items. First is in most situation. I didn't say in all situation. So it's in most situation. One person making a decision, it's a great idea. And second, the person who make a decision and with the person who take a responsibility has to be the same person. Let me say again. The person who make decision and the person who take responsibility after the decision, they have to be the same person. Then third thing is, for one person making a decision, it's not just like very demand, it's my word, I make decision, everybody listens to me. No, it's not that way. It's most of time the decision makers are listening all the people talks, then they final make a decisions. So in business world, we often talk about the truth. The truth often it's in fewer people's hand, very fewer people's hand. I want to give this example about Jack Ma. Jack Ma often have some ideas came out, so he will speak to everyone about his ideas, about this, about that. So many people will listen, or lots of workers will listen, and they would say, "Oh wow, this is a great idea. This is great. Let's do this." Then every time he heard if everyone or most people agree about his idea, he would say, "No, we are not consider this idea." Why? Because when everybody is thinking this is a good idea, or everybody is thinking about this idea, you know what? Why it's you? Why you can do it? Why no someone else cannot do it? So he was very, very quickly delete this idea that everyone thinks it's good. So we said the truth often holding by few people. And there's another word in business word. It's called the guts. Do you have the guts? I love this saying. Do you have the guts? Do you have the braveness to take a risk in business world? Because in business world, often is we have the braveness to take the risk to succeed. And also, in opposite side, it's don't have guts, which means lots of people get together, raise your hand, vote, try to pass this project. You know what? Many projects will be gone, but that way. So we talk about guts. Do you have the guts? So let's first thing I want to talk about one person making a decision. It's in most situation it's a good idea, and often has to be the same person who make decision and take responsibility has to be the same person. Then the third, which is not just making decision by yourself in limited word, but you often open up to listen what everyone says first. Then second thing I want to say about is how can you make a wise decisions? There's some ways to help you to make a wise decisions, okay? So I want to give an example of during a 2008 financial crisis in US, as everyone knows, there's some company in China wants to come here to buy the assets or acquire the assets because they think it's great price during the financial crisis. So by acquiring a company, most of the people just think Oh, it's cheap. We buy it now. It's good time. Of course, that's one point. But when you acquire an asset, it's not only cheap or not, because it's lots thoughts after you acquire a company. How do you combine the resource? How do you do with the people, old workers in the old company and the new workers they combine? It's about the resource combined together becomes smooth for the company. But of course also the cash support. Because give you a general speaking is most of time the money they put into a company after they acquire the company, it's many times more than they pay for purchased asset. So I purchased assets for $1. So the later on money they have to put in to reorganize the company, to combining the resource, all that, the money has to be many times, I don't know how many times, than the money you purchase the asset. So in many ways, when a company want to acquire another company, they have to think through so many things. So there's three steps. There are three steps about why one person make a decision needs to do in smart ways. The first step is when you start to acquire a company and success acquire a company and you start to reorganize the resource. First of all, is you big group. I use the words. No, step A, big group. Have every one of your company come to this meeting to give their opinion, their suggestion, their advice. Listen to them from all different departments. The job you do is listening. Let everyone talk. Let everybody else talk. You listen. That's first step. Two. First steps is you listens everyone's talk. Then after that, you have some ideas in your mind about which way you more like to go, which you more prefer to go. So let's go into the second step, which is fewer group. From large group to middle group. Those middle group are the people who is involving for the future job you're going to, those people are going to work with the new company. So let's say you purchase a financial company, then this group people has to be somewhere related to the financial department that they are going to work with the new company you just bought. So those group of people are called main key worker employees going to work for the future companies. So first of all, you conclude or you summarize what you have done in the first meeting with everyone, tells about your ideas. Then the second steps, what you do to those middle management, or we said middle group that it's connected, going to work for the new companies. They are involving to the new companies. Is you have to let them know that everyone it's agreed to do this way. Everyone knows what we are going to do. That's the second step. Then third step, which is in the final decision. Final decision is maybe just one or two or three people to make a final decision, maybe the top CEO, CFO, or COO. Of course, one important thing is to have outside resource like third parties, outside consultant firm to help you making these decisions. So in here, I also want to mention one more thing. It's during the steady time of leaders, steady time like going up, smooth time, nothing much in difficulty, just very steady comfort time. You have, as a CEO, as a management, you have to open up your goal, your 5 years goal. Let everybody knows to public your goal to everyone in the company, and everyone work together forward. That's in steady time. But in a danger time, in a changing time, in a something new time, the leaders has to be talk less. Let everybody else talk. During the changing time, let everyone talks, you listens. So that's one tips I want to give out about listening when it's in changing times. So thanks everyone for listening me about, is it one person making a decision? It's a good idea. In most situations it is, because it's the most efficient way to make a decision and the most efficient way to get things done. So lots advantage of one person making a decision, but of course there's some disadvantage of it. So you have to be, as we said, have guts, listening to what other people's talk, and narrow down from many people talk to middle people, then final small 2-3 people, plus the maybe consultant firm from third party to help you to make a decisions about whether you're going to purchase or not purchase the company. Thanks for listening. Summer Talk 003. Thank you.